Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl, and I'm here to share our next topic, which is standing boldly amongst your critics. So, one of the big things that I have been doing is doing a lot of reading, mainly because I had traveled for quite a bit, and I shared a little bit on that. So, I'll have to apologize that I haven't had a lot of videotaping in terms of recipes, but of course, since this is my 366 days of hope challenge to myself, I wanted to just put out there things that also encourage us mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And of course, we want to talk about those important things regarding, nutrition and health and fitness, since that is what I do for a living. But I also wanted to talk the importance of always, looking at things that will encourage us, and also just some really good life lessons. And so I have been reading something that was really nostalgic growing up, and that is the Chicken Soup for the Soul. That was probably one of my favorite books growing up, because I loved that they had a lot of stories in them, kind of like the Reader's Digest. When I was younger, I'd also read that, and this one really just struck me, and so I wanted to read it. I'll definitely put up a picture up here so you guys can follow along. But it says, "Are you strong enough to handle critics? It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, and who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcomings. Who knows the great devotion? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at best knows in the end the high achievement of triumph, and who at worst, if he fails while daring greatly, knows his place shall never be with those timid and cold souls who know neither victory nor defeat." And this was quoted of Theodore Roosevelt. And I found this to be really inspiring, because sometimes when you are trying to achieve your goal, when you are trying so hard to pursue something, you are going to sometimes receive criticism from other people about the way that you're doing things, but they're never going to understand what it is to be in the trenches with the work that it is that you are doing. And it's okay. It's okay to receive those things, but it's not okay to believe in the criticisms that they are giving. If it's constructive, it's one thing, but if it is just to criticize what it is that you're doing, then make sure that you have a strong enough backbone to withstand those critics, because trust me, there will be plenty of people who are going to want to say something about the way you're living. And frankly, their opinions are not going to really matter because they're not in your shoes. So make sure that when you are thinking about how you are wanting to, move along this journey of life, that you are moving on your accord with the guidance of God. I always encourage that, mainly because I feel like sometimes we just kind of go on our own accord, and it's not with the Lord. And if you're not with God doing things, then you're just going to make maybe the same mistake over and over and over again. And that's not going to be helpful, because sometimes God is wanting to teach us certain lessons, and those lessons may feel like they're constantly repeating, or you find yourself kind of going in circles in the same pattern. So make sure that you have God guiding you, so that way you're making the right decisions. And I have found that I've definitely had those experiences where I feel like I've stumbled across the same problems, and I've had to learn to trust, and had to learn to come back and be humble and realize I don't know my path very well. And so I just have to try and learn and discern through proper wisdom, and through maybe the guidance of godly individuals around me. So guys, with that said, I hope that you will remember to be strong and be bold against the critics, and to still stay firm on what it is that you believe is your purpose here on this world, and keep enjoying the life that you have been given, and don't give up with whatever the dreams are that you have. Well guys, with that said, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care. Bye.